Later, Theodore appears to Rishe, and she asks him why he did it, and Theodore responds that it was to provoke his brother, of course. When Arnold had never paid attention to him, only looked at him when he interacted with Rishe. This made Theodore's heart at peace. But Rishe says that he actually wants to get closer to Arnold. Theodore's expression changes, and he leaves with Camille and Elsie. So we find out that, in fact, Rishe already knew that Camille and Elsie were helping Theodore. Both are from a poor region of the kingdom, a region that Theodore himself helps to improve. She suspected this and connected the dots. Even though they were ordered to arrest Rishe, they genuinely care about her, and they confirmed that she won't be harmed. Rishe then plans to be arrested as Theodore ordered. In another room, we see Theodore arguing with Arnold, throwing it in his face that he got Rishe, and now he'll do anything Arnold tells him to. He demands to be first in the line of succession and for Arnold to renounce his right to the throne. Arnold shows no reaction, but Theodore is sure that he's worried about Rishe. After all, he shows interest in her, treats her well, and wants to be by her side. Unlike him, he insists that Arnold admits defeat. At this, Arnold asks if he's left Rishe in a prison. He says she's surrounded by guards on a high floor with windows, but there's no way to escape. Arnold is surprised that there are windows. Theodore retorts that there's no way to escape anyway. Maybe not for a normal person. Arnold asserts that Theodore lost the moment he captured her. Then we hear footsteps, the door opens, Rishe finally appears. Arnold asks if she escaped through the window or punched a hole in the wall. But she says she left through the door like a normal person. Theodore wonders if someone betrayed him. Out of consideration, Rishe decides to give him some advice on keeping a prisoner. She suggests inhumane options, like keeping the prisoner naked so they can't hide anything and breaking their arms and legs so they can't escape. This startles Theodore. Arnold asks why she's giving advice to the enemy and covers her with his coat. Theodore sees the scar on his neck, wondering what that was. In his thoughts, he admits to not being good enough, as he always suspected. Rishe confronts him, asking his goal in all of this. He replies that it's for the throne, of course, but Rishe deduces that he actually wants to give up his place in the line of succession, but in a more extreme way. Theodore continues to deny it over and over, but Rishe uses all the arguments she collected from her observations. Theodore is indeed a good person and has been neglecting his altruistic duties so that he could be seen as a villain and elevate Arnold. He'd rather Arnold kill him than not be accepted by him. Arnold interrupts them, saying that's enough. He has no proof of any of that, so what his brother does is none of his concern. This hits Theodore like a stake, and he runs off. Rishe asks why he wants to distance himself so much from his brother. He replies that what Theodore does doesn't matter to him. Rishe doesn't believe that either. After all, he told her not to get involved with Theodore, which means he does care. Rishe remembers when he said she didn't need determination to be his beloved. She thought about it and concluded that Arnold wants to throw away his entire future. And that's what Theodore is afraid of. Arnold starts acting strangely, saying how cute Rishe is, that she can't understand his motivations, so she's confused. He then repeats, "Stay away from Theodore. He should never have gotten involved with someone like me." At this, Rishe realizes that Arnold does care about Theodore, or he wouldn't have said that. She tells him to think about a future where he might lose him instead of sacrificing himself. Rishe tries to go after Theodore. She's exhausted, having been without sleep for a long time. We then see an old memory of Theodore's, where he tended to the wounded during a war. When they were attacked in their tent, Theodore stood in front of the wounded soldiers, giving his life for theirs. But before that, Arnold saves him. He advises him not to put his life in danger, but this action is a source of pride, and he congratulates him. Rishe appears, and Theodore finally talks as himself. He knows that Arnold never boasts about his own accomplishments, but his infamy burns like straw in other countries. Arnold himself spreads bad rumors about him, and Theodore knows why he always watches him and is afraid he'll disappear at any moment. Theodore comes to the conclusion that if Arnold wants to leave the Empire with him and disappear, then he'll just have to disappear first. Rishe knows Arnold has plans against himself, but he intends to stop him using his strength and the strength of other people, including Theodore. Theodore is surprised and grateful for this, but he wants to choose how to do it himself and thinks he should have done it a long time ago. So, he throws himself off the building's edge. Rishe tries to run to save him, but her exhaustion consumes her. Arnold appears like lightning and saves his brother. He asks what the hell he was thinking. Theodore says it's the only way he can be useful to him. Arnold admits he never acted like an older brother. What idiot would risk their life for a brother like that? Rishe says that despite everything, Theodore's willingness to help his brother is undeniable. Arnold returns to his usual self, telling him not to risk his life like that. His brother sees that he remembers and tears up. Rishe is happy to see the brothers have made up and falls asleep. The next day, Rishe finally wakes up and sees Arnold waiting for her. He hands her a letter from Theodore, apologizing. He has returned to helping the poor locals of the kingdom and says his allies are at her disposal. After that, Arnold tells her to think of something she wants. He's broken the rule of touching her again. Rishe remembers the kiss and blushes, but says she doesn't want anything. Arnold thanks her for taking care of his brother. Later, Rishe visits Theodore and thanks him for not punishing Camille and Elsie. He and his brother Arnold now handle official matters together. During this, Rishe makes a request to Arnold, but it remains hidden to us at this moment. Later, Rishe makes some preparations, gathers courage, and finally invites Arnold to move to the countryside with her. He thought she wanted to live alone there, but Rishe denies it, saying exactly the opposite. Thanks to her, his mood has improved, and he happily accepts. Oliver thanks her for this. Later, Arnold finds his room prepared and is amazed by the great change in the house. It had been abandoned for years, and Rishe managed to fix everything perfectly in just a few weeks with the help of her personally trained maids. Arnold mentions that besides learning very well, they will be proud of a job well done, which will motivate them even more. Rishe is speechless, and Arnold asks if that's the face she makes when he compliments her. It may not seem like it, but they're sincere. Rishe says that even if it were a lie, his compliments make her very happy. She mentions that the room is well lit and fresh. Her room is right next door, making it easy for Arnold to know about her recklessness, but Rishe says she intends to just laze around, so she won't do anything reckless, maybe just a few things. Arnold says she can do whatever she wants, as long as it's not as reckless as the other day. Rishe reminds him that they agreed to train, and she's looking forward to it. She's sure that his beloved skill is the most beautiful and strong in the world, but Arnold says there can't be beauty in something used to take lives. After a while, they go to the training ground, each with one arm tied behind their backs. Arnold is more limited, using an eye patch and something that restricts the movement of his left leg. Rishe analyzes the situation and deduces that this is meant to simulate battlefield accidents, like losing a limb. She proposes a bet for the fight. If she wins, he has to answer one of her questions. If she loses, she'll grant any wish of his. Rishe prepares herself and makes a frontal attack. Her balance is off because of her tied arm, so she sees she needs to compensate for it. Arnold is amazing and manages to give her tips on how to behave in the fight, even in the midst of combat. Rishe's analysis is very good, and she quickly improves. She predicts that Arnold will make the same attack that killed her in another timeline, and this time, she manages to prevent it. Still, even knowing what would happen, her body can barely keep up. Arnold realizes that despite Rishe saying his technique is the best, she knows someone stronger than him. Indeed, her future version is much stronger, crueler, and immensely formidable. Predicting Arnold's movements, Rishe advances and narrowly misses hitting him. However, he hadn't intended to stay still but was forced to. As his prize, Arnold asks Rishe to be free after the following day. They will visit the city. He tries to help her up, but her limbs are shaking so much from training that she can't stand. Arnold realizes that if he touches her with gloves, he won't have a problem with that rule. He picks her up, and Rishe is so embarrassed that she lets out a scream. Oh my god, how cute! Curious about the questions Rishe would have asked if she had one, he encourages her to ask even though she lost. He sees that she enjoys his reactions. She asks only about his birthday and things he likes. Later, Oliver prepares Arnold's new room. Rishe discovers that her beloved couldn't sleep that night because of his duties and is still working. She goes to him, asking him to rest, and Arnold soon notices that Oliver is eavesdropping. Even though he wants to rest, Arnold can't, as during the day, many people circulate through the palace, disturbing his sleep. Rishe promises to take care of his rest. They go to the new room, and Rishe insists on staying by his side so he won't be distracted by other presences. But it seems not to be working, so she decides to lie down next to him. Rishe begins to lightly touch Arnold, mimicking heartbeats, a technique to calm the mind. She mentions that if done with a child, they'd fall asleep quickly. Arnold says she must be the only one who would treat him like a child. Time passes and Rishe gets distracted by Arnold's scar. He allows her to touch it, joking that if he had known they would do that, he would have brought gloves so he could return the favor. She blushes and says that even with gloves, it wouldn't be okay, but he reassures her that it was just a joke. Rishe realizes she's not being fair, so she loosens her clothes and exposes her neck, allowing Arnold to touch her as revenge. "Rishe, you naughty girl." He throws a pillow at her face, saying that, as revenge, he'll settle for her expression. He finds her strange, as he didn't hesitate to lie down with her, but she's all embarrassed as they look at each other closely. She had hoped to cast a spell on him with her presence, calming him down. Arnold agrees and tells her to stay until he falls asleep, as her presence is much better than an empty room. She ends up falling asleep too, and when she wakes up, she thinks she's in her own room, asking what Arnold is doing there. "Oh my god, you were so relaxed that you forgot you were in your favorite villain's room, huh?" But then she remembers what happened. Oliver knocks on the door looking for the prince. Arnold covers Rishe with the sheet and tells her to be quiet. After Oliver leaves, Arnold brings reports and is happy to see that Rishe managed to convince him. Later, Rishe finally returns to her quarters. There, something she ordered from the merchants of Aria has arrived. She resumes pretending to be a man and starts training as a knight.